Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Now, here's your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
When you hear the sound of coming, hear the drums drumming, I want you to join together with the band. We don't move in any particular directions, and we don't make no collections. I want you to join together with the band.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Hanging out with Brian Dacus all day long, all day strong. Happy hump day to everybody out there in the Mid-South. Man, and I hope you have a wonderful hump day because the Grizzlies are terrible. Like, buddy, it's terrible. Amen. Praise the Lord. We've got this Memphis Tigers basketball team with a bunch of dogs out there. Javon Quinterly, Jaquan Walton, David Jones. All my peeps out there for the Tigers look like they're ready to rock and roll. I'm fired up for Friday against Alabama State. I can't wait till they do the battle for Atlantis and the Bahamas and play Michigan, possibly Arkansas, Nova, maybe North Carolina. Love me some Tiger basketball. Thank you so much, Penny. Because this Grizzlies season has just already started off as a damn disaster. It is what it is. And Lakers, they needed some Grizzlies action last night. They needed the Grizzlies. They were 5-5 on the season. Good at home. Terrible on the road. Anthony Davis, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 6 block shots.
80 was awesome last night.
And let's be real, the Grizzlies didn't have a chance from the jump, did they?
No, not really, no.
It was... I'm not kidding with you. I probably watched 7-8 minutes of the basketball game.
You said, I've had enough.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go do some other things that make sense for me right now. Because, and again, I'm not just trying to pile on. They've got Steven Adams is out. They're undermanned. Ja's not playing for the first 25 games. You know, it's just, it is what it is. And by the way, I've been saying this for a while. I've never seen a team in the NBA defend the three-point line worse than the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's bad. They're overcommitting, and it's bad. They always leave a shooter open in the corner. It's bad.
I'm talking about, like, we started talking about this. We talked about
Game
this
one.
Last season, though, at the very
right.
beginning of the season, the way they came out the jump. They came out of the jump this way again this season, not defending the three-point line. Do you know the Lakers are not really a good three-point shooting team?
Yeah, I knew that. I'm sorry. I did not mean to cough into the
mic.
mic.
It's okay. Hey, maybe people wanted to know that you're actually a human being. 62.9% is what they shot.
Wait, that's what they shot from 3 last night?
22 for 35.
Holy cow, I didn't know it was that high. I knew they were making them, but wow, I didn't know it was that. That's incredible.
Dude, Rui hit three for
Rui's
3.
Nasty, man. Rui wakes up for the Grizzlies.
D'Angelo Russell.
Crazy. Holy cow.
When's D'Angelo Russell knocking down 6 threes in a damn game? It's when you play the Grizzlies, your shot gets extremely healthy. And
So is Rui going to be the new, I don't like using the word, but I know everyone loves to use it so much, the Grizz Killer? Is Rui going to be the new Grizz Killer? He wakes up for the Grizzly games.
He sure does. He really, really does.
I knew people were going to be low today. I knew morale was going to be low, so I wore my Grizzly shirt just to keep morale a little high. Let's go Grizz. Yeah, and the Hustle are playing right now. Jake LaRavia, maybe his last Hustle game for a while because, those injuries last night. Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart. Jake LaRavia might be back in a Grizzlies uniform by the next game.
Damn, the Hustle are playing right now?
They're playing right now. They're in Oklahoma City. They're up 6 points right now.
Dang. Good job. So, LaRavia, get ready because
you're back.
Your next matchup is against the Spurs and Mr. Wemby.
The Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower. What do you think about Wemby so far? He's had some games where he's amazing. He's had some games where he kind of disappears.
Well,
he's a rookie.
I think that's what we assumed, but I think the fact that he's putting a lot of these games together early in the season. Last night you look at 8 points, not great, but 14 rebounds in a game where you're going up against Chet Holmgren. That's impressive. So I think there's a lot to take away. Obviously very young, obviously with that body, he's gonna take some hits. He's gonna there's gonna be games where he can't get it going. But I've been really impressed with the start to the season.
I think I'm impressed with the start of the season. I guess because the Spurs got just run out the gym last night. It wasn't. You thought the Grizzlies game was ugly. Oklahoma City dropped the San Antonio Spurs 123-87.
Yeah. In-season tournament, John, the Thunder are playing for it. Trying to win.
I can tell. They want that extra $500K apiece.
Now, the Grizzlies, on the other hand.
Now, by the way, real quick, though, what do you think about Chet?
Oh, I love Chet. I was saying because of all the unknown with Wembanyama and injury concerns and everything, I was saying that that Chet Holmgren was a huge value pick to win Rookie of the Year. He's put on size since
He has
since
put
he
on
got
a little
drafted.
size.
That year, even though it's awful that he missed a season because of injury, that season was really big for him because he was with the Thunder. He was training with their staff. He was getting bigger. He was working on his body so that he could be 100% pro ready when he stepped on a court for the first time, and it's showing this season. I mean, he's been really good.
He's averaging 16 points, 2.5 blocks, 2.6 assists, 7.5 rebounds. He's shooting 90% from the free throw line, 46.3% from the three-point line, and his field goal percentage is at 53%.
It's unbelievable. That's great.
It's not bad.
Now,
He
again,
wasn't great last night
No.
by any means. I'm just saying. I think your value pick.
Oh yeah, it's a good value pick.
I think it's a damn good value
It's a
pick.
good value, and it's unfortunate.
Kind of like the value with Jaden Daniels,
That's
I
right.
believe, in the Heisman.
Yeah, Heisman, yeah. And it's unfortunate that Wemby is kind of overshadowing him a little bit for good reason. But yeah, Chet, I mean, if you want to watch a really good center, Chet Holmgren is right there. I was going to say something else, and I can't remember what I was going to say. Whatever.
It's not bad. Chet Holmgren doing his thing. NBA is in full swing. I'm still not really into the season. I just can't really get full bore
Right.
into
I
the
feel
NBA until the Christmas break. That's just the official start date for me, because one of the other reasons, though, is because college basketball, you have to watch in November.
Got to. It's when the
You
big
got to
matchups are.
learn all the new people, all the new pieces, all the transfers, and figure out who in the hell's good. So when you're making your bracket out in March, you know what the hell you doing.
We're watching for March.
Dude, I'm doing it. Why do you think
I
I won March? Who won the office pool last year?
Did you?
That was me.
I was dead last. And
Now, who won it 2
I watch
years
every
ago?
game, basically.
Oh, that would be me. Yeah. So that's why I'm watching these games, man. It's important. It's very, very important. But last night there was actually a really good slate of college basketball. Kansas is going to be no effing joke, if you know what I'm saying.
Really good.
Oh, man. That Kentucky-Kansas game was really good.
I was about to say, I'm afraid Kentucky's going to be really good
I mean,
as well.
Kentucky's going to be really good, but when it came down to the rubber hitting the road, Kansas, in the moments that mattered most in that basketball game, their dudes didn't blink.
John, can I say
And I
something?
like Hunter Dickinson now
He's
with
really
Kansas.
good.
I'm
He's
so
really
glad
good.
he's not at
He's
Michigan.
really good. John, I'm going to say something, and I'm afraid I'm going to get tomatoes thrown at me. And I hate to say this, but this Kentucky team's fun to watch. They got a fun group of guys. I was watching last night. I was like, I kind of like this Kentucky team.
What's that little Adu Thero or something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, what is his name? No, he's really good.
Something like that.
And they've got DJ Wagner. Oh, man, DJ looked really good last night.
Yeah, man, they do got a little squad. But I'll tell you one thing, Cows, man, you better get your butt to the Final Four this year, man. The fan base in Lexington ain't playing no games, man.
They ain't going to be happy.
And do you think DJ Wagner's going to be that dude? I mean,
He might be. He didn't have a great game last night, but
no,
just
he
the way
couldn't hit the broadside of a barn or Kentucky wins it.
But John, just the way he moves around the court,
You can tell.
man, he's going to be a good player. And this is kind of how all Kentucky teams. But for some reason, this team felt different last night. Oh man, it felt different.
It's going to be a good
Rob
year
Dillingham
in
coming
college
off the bench,
basketball.
18 points, and I got in foul trouble a little bit. He fouled out, but he looked really good last night.
Well,
Another freshman.
Well, I have also another question for you, because again, we're in the very opening segment. I'm kind of just touching on everything.
we're just
touching on a
chatting.
little bit, touching on this, a little touchy on that one. Talked about how the Grizzlies are terrible, the Tigers are awesome. A little Wemby, a little Chet, a little NFL stuff we're going to talk about today. NFL Deep, though, at 12 o'clock, Russell Copeland. We got to talk
Heck
about Bill
yeah.
Belichick. We got to talk about the Buffalo Bills. What's going on with them? He knows the Buffalo Bills extremely well, as he did play for them and went to a Super Bowl. So 12 o'clock, we're getting deep up in the NFL with Russell Copeland. At 11:30, we're going to talk a little wrestling.
Yeah, we are.
That's right. And then we have some hardwood, because it just feels so good. So we got you locked and loaded and ready to go. But I got some questions for you, Mr. Dacus.
Okay.
And it has to do with the college football playoff.
All right.
Now, a lot of people are thinking to themselves possibly like, well, what's the matter with the college football playoff situation? I'm not talking about the top four. I'm not going to – Georgia deserves to be number one. Ohio State and Michigan being 2 and 3, I'm cool. Florida State sitting there at 4 is fine with me, even though I thought they should have beat the brakes off of Miami this week. They didn't. Washington and Oregon sitting there at 5 and 6. They're just waiting for somebody in front to fall.
Right.
And you know Ohio State or Michigan, one of those teams has to fall. I'm talking about looking at the top 12. You know why?
Because next year is going to
Correct.
be a 12-team playoff.
Next year will be a 12-team playoff. Now, again, I'm going back because you haven't been producing my show forever, and this goes all the way back to Gabe Kuhn before my man,
Wow, so like this stretches years.
before Jay Morgan. By the way, what up, Jay? Hope life's treating you well.
I don't.
Oh, man.
I'm
damn.
kidding. I love Jay.
No, but Gabe was he might be right, and I totally understand where he's coming from. And I'm talking about, is the 12 team going to 12? Is it really going to be great for college football? Do I understand that this is a cash grab? Absolutely. Do I understand that it's going? Okay, so for my reason is college football is the greatest sport, period. And the reason is because from week number 1, every single game matters. Every game matters. You slip up one time, and that could be your season. Like, there goes your opportunity for natty. And I'm talking about the upper echelon teams.
Right.
And I understand that, football, it greases the wheels for all the other sports because they make all the money. So the more money that college football makes, the better for the universities and other athletics. Expanding to 12, it feels like it's going to be a great thing. More opportunity, more inclusion, more great football games. We're going to get to see the best versus the best. But I want you to think about this. As you look in the top 12, and we know that Ohio State and Michigan are going to play each other, and I start thinking to myself, well, next week when Ohio State and Michigan, they play each other, if we have this 12-team playoff, does this game actually really matter? And could playing, and like there are circumstances where playing in your conference championship game could hurt you, and I just go to look at Alabama, who's sitting at 8, and Missouri, who's sitting at 9. Let's just hypothetically say Georgia runs Alabama in the SEC championship game. Alabama's going to move down probably out of the top 12. Missouri, who wouldn't even play in the conference championship game, would be sitting there at 9 and move up. Missouri would get into the college football playoff, whereas Alabama would be left out. Do we need a college football playoff that really possibly has either Oregon State or Louisville in it? I'm sorry, Louisville is not a top team. Yes, are they tearing it up in the ACC? Yep. Do they only have one loss? Yep. Did they beat that Notre Dame team? Yep. And that Notre Dame team ain't all that great. By the way, if you look in the top 25, Notre Dame's all the way down at 19 at 7-3. I understand. I'm going to be excited to watch the games during the college football playoff. I'm going to be. They're going to be great games. But how much does it devalue the regular season?
I think it's a good question and very good points by you. I would hope, at least, that when they go to rank the teams, they would value a team making the conference championship more than teams that didn't make it. Because I think
I'm just saying there are very, very, making the conference championship game. Like, what I'm saying, okay, here's what I'm trying to say is making the championship game of your conference means so much.
Right.
But now it's going to be devalued. Both those teams that make it to the conference championship might get in.
Sure.
One of the teams that loses might not, and a
Sure.
team that's being left out. If Ole Miss would have looked decent against Georgia, they are the team that could have possibly been like sneaking up in there. Do I really
Right.
need to see Ole Miss, who's sitting at 13? Listen, I love Ole Miss.
Yeah.
My daughter cheers at
You're
Ole
at
Miss.
every home game.
My money goes to Ole Miss.
Right.
I go to all the home games. I'm going to be there this weekend. Ole Miss is not a national championship football team.
right.
I don't know.
Good point. I think
Because,
it's a really good
again,
point.
in 10 days, we got Michigan, Ohio State. Because they are 2 and 3, that game really is meaningless. You know that. No matter
Right.
what, they're both getting in. Now, does it matter who wins the game for the bye? Because the top 4 teams will get a bye. So, yes, that's going to matter. But it's about getting in the dance. How many times have we seen the play-in game? We watched the Lakers last year.
That's right.
Just getting in the dance matters. Did you watch the World Series? The Diamondbacks played the Rangers. Both teams were from the wild card.
Yep.
It's about getting in the dance. But baseball and basketball are different because in college football, head and shoulders, the creme de la creme rises to the top in such a way that it doesn't make sense. And I'm sorry, I don't see Louisville being a creme de la creme team. Let's say Penn State's able to move up. They're sitting there right there also at number 12 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State, their offense is despicable, disgusting, terrible, an embarrassment. I mean, we're going to have a lot of 2-loss and some 3-loss teams possibly getting in this. It's just, I don't know, man.
That's a good point.
I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah.
Will the expansion to 12 devalue the greatest regular season in sports?
Right.
Baseball, it's a war of attrition. It's 162 games, man. Like, it's very, very important. But there's so damn many of the games. There's so many different people. Basketball, we know that more than half the league gets in the NBA dead gum playoffs.
Right.
The regular season really is not all that important.
Right. And now with the play-in, like you said, I mean, you almost have to try not to make the playoffs.
No kidding. The regular season is devalued in the NBA. It's devalued in baseball. It is devalued. I mean, the regular season in the NFL is a different animal because the NFL is just a different animal. In college football and the NFL, while they both play football, they play different games.
Right.
One, they play different style of football. Two is these are professionals where these are college. There's 130 some odd Division I teams, FBS teams, where there's 32 in the National Football League. I mean, everything's just different. I don't know, man. I just was thinking about that when they dropped their rankings, and I saw, and I'm sitting there looking at Alabama at 8 going, man, Alabama, what if they got, you just start thinking, what if they got run by Georgia in the playoff?
Yeah.
And then Missouri sneaks in. Alabama's out. Or what if, Georgia, even if they got run, I don't think they would go all the way from number 1 out.
Right.
Who knows? You might get 3 SEC teams in.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think, and I think that's what they, the big money makers in football probably want 3 SEC teams in there because how strong the SEC is. But no, and that's also the cool thing to do nowadays. After these polls are dropped, you see all these people on Twitter and social media. They want to go and put, we know what the 4 would look like this year, but here's what the 12-team playoff would look like next year. And so we're starting to see, and I think that's why more people are discussing this, and you bring up some really good points because, I mean, it's not going to be long. Next season will be here before we know it, and we'll be talking about what this 12-team playoff will look like.
Yeah, and I couldn't help but think about it last night, so I had to bring it to the airwaves. Let me know what you think about the 12-team, the expansion next year. Is it going to be good? It's definitely going to be good for the coffers of college football. It's going to be good for the other programs because, again, nobody greases the wheel like college football. They pay for all the other sports. It's going to bring in a ton of revenue. Is it going to give us, for me as a personal fan, during December, I'm going to see some really good football games.
Yeah.
I ain't going to have to worry about the Peanut Bowl or the Idaho Potato Bowl or the Music City Bowl or all them things. Like, I mean, you won't just be like, I mean, I watch every one of those games because you're gambling and it's the holiday season and it just feels good. Damn it, the holiday season's getting close, man. Thanksgiving's around the corner, man.
Thanksgiving next Thursday. I mean, a week
Football.
from tomorrow.
Damn, I love this time of year. But I don't know, man. Just a little food for thought right there on the expansion of the 12-team playoffs. The other thing I wanted to bring up is, holy moly. Have you been paying attention to this whole Bill Belichick thing?
Not really, no, I'll be honest.
Man,
I know they lost again on Sunday.
Yeah, but now it's like Dan Orlovsky. Did you see what some of the things that he put out there?
No.
So he was on your buddy Pat McAfee yesterday, and he basically threw out some things. He said, I've heard that. I've heard more and more over the past week, like especially this week. And I'm not a reporter, but I'm hearing it from, of course, he's not. Those are he's talking to all the dudes in the football,
right.
And he's basically saying that he heard that there is going to be a parting of ways in New England.
Wow.
That Bill Belichick and the Patriots are going to part ways. And Orlovsky said that There's already been a team that's already determined, and Bill Belichick already knows who he's going to go coach next year.
Wow. How about that?
And remember what I asked yesterday? Would you rather have Bill Belichick coach your football team next year? Because this was before Orlowski started speculating. I said Bill Belichick's terrible, needs to get fired. And remember what I brought to the airwaves yesterday? Would you rather have, if you're the Arizona Cardinals, if you're the Chargers, if you're the Cowboys and they don't make it and they fire Mike McCarthy, if you're some of these teams out here who are already looking for your new dude,
Right.
would you rather have Harbaugh or Coach Hoodie?
Good question.
I mean, I'm being serious because right now, you know how much they kill. Okay, so in the NFL, it's a little different because you usually have a GM who buys the groceries and then you have to go and make the meal. Well, in college basketball, if you use it like that, John Calipari, Penny Hardaway, all these coaches, they go out there and buy their groceries.
Right.
They recruit their teams. So if their team is not have enough talent, it's on those coaches. Well, Bill Belichick said, I don't know if you know this, he's been the GM. He's been the dude who buys the groceries. He's also the dude who does all the cooking. Now, you bring in a guy who's basically, since Tom Brady's left, the Patriots have been an abject failure. They don't look like they have a great team. They don't look like they can coach. Bill Belichick, by the way, let's also not forget, a lot of bringing in a coach is like, look at the staff he puts together. Bill has basically almost, I feel like, quit on that situation. Josh McDaniels, the retread, you can tell he's not a head coach. You probably could bring him back in, which I don't know if you want that. Last year, he didn't have an offensive coordinator. He brought in Matt Patricia. This year, you bring in Bill O'Brien after doing, he's been in the NFL. He's been also with Alabama, the offensive coordinator. You bring him in. Nothing seems to be working for Bill. So do you want to bring Bill, who's older than dirt, who's got all those championships, and he's just not a very personable dude? Do you really want to bring him in? Or would you rather bring in a jerk like a Jim Harbaugh, who just is ultra competitive, who wants to win, who's a little quirky, who might be a little weird, might rub some people the wrong way, but he's still a damn good football coach? And damn it, he wants to win because that man will do anything. He'll cheat. He will scratch, claw, cheat, steal. He'll do whatever he has to do to get them dubs.
Some would say both would do that.
Well, they used to. See, this is a soft Bill.
I see. He's getting soft in his old age.
Bill couldn't score a touchdown.
That's a good point.
In Germany.
Germany, of all places.
Against the Colts.
Yeah.
Shane Steichen took care of business the first time he plays Hoodie. Like when a rookie coach is in there going in there and getting the best of Bill. That's what I'm saying. And again, just food for thought. Hit us up with what you think, 901-360-8255. And I'm going to tell you, you need to hit up my people over at Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue. They have the largest showroom around. They have ATVs, UTVs, trikes, bikes, e-bikes, four-wheelers, go-karts, dune buggies. Like if it's got wheels and an engine, it's at Scooters Plus. Plus, if you need some parts to repair your already amazing gear that you have at the crib and you can't find them, don't look any farther. All you have to do is go to Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue. They have parts for everything. Everything. And if you're not a gearhead who actually likes to get down there and get all greased up and start working on these bad boys, take it over there. They got a bunch of gearheads. They can do all the repairs. They have the sales and service team to help you find everything you need, nothing you don't. And they also have financing options available. You can go to scootersplus.us and right now sign up and figure out how much financing you can get before you even walk in the door. And Christmas is around the corner. Go in there, put 25% down, pay on layaway, have Santa Claus pick up that awesome, go-kart, four-wheeler, whatever, dirt bike that your child wants, and he'll drop it off for Christmas. Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue. The price is always right at Scooters Plus. Dustin Starr on the other side, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Spencer here with ATC Fitness. There's no better time of the year than now. Football and fitness go hand in hand in the fall. And with individual screens on each piece of cardio and multiple big screens throughout the rest of the club, you'll never miss a bit of the action watching your favorite team. ATC Fitness continues to be the Mid-South's choice for fitness, family-owned for 30 years, and proud supporters of Coach Silverfield and the Memphis Tigers. Join online at atcfitness.com. ATC Fitness, exercise your right to look good.
Let's end this year with a bang with Gossett Mitsubishi's Mitsubishi Motors year-end sales event. You want huge savings? We Gossett. The awards keep coming for the world's first and best-selling plug-in hybrid SUV, 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, 420 total range and PGE. We Gossett at $299.96 a month. Plus, 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, buy for $26,850 or $379 a month. Plus, IIHS top safety pick in seat 7, 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander, $32,185 or $399 a month. All equipped with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want it, we Gossett. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
PHEV PZ062,303, MSRP 44,355, 84 months, 500 military and conquest or loyalty rebate. Outlander RZ 006545, MSRP 33,185. Sport RU 001,004, MSRP 27,850. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Experience the taste of Italy at Little Italy's newest location in East Memphis at 6300 Poplar. Little Italy has great Italian food for all your friends and family, and it's all your favorite dishes from lasagna to rigatoni vodka, Alfredo, even lobster ravioli. Try East Memphis Little Italy's very generous calzone, hot from the oven and stuffed with your choice of meats and perfectly melted cheeses. To celebrate East Memphis Little Italy's new location in East Memphis, purchase any 18-inch pizza or any entree and get a complimentary dessert. Either a free mini cannoli or a free slice of New York cheesecake. East Memphis Little Italy wants to spoil you with a piece of Italy you can feel, taste, see, and enjoy, and eat. East Memphis Little Italy, 6300 Poplar, hidden in back at the corner of Poplar and Massey. East Memphis Little Italy brings Italy to you.
If you've tried to buy a Rolex watch lately, you know how difficult it is. New models are in rare supply. Some jewelers put you on wait lists. Others make you buy their other jewelry at inflated prices just to be considered for a Rolex purchase. Well, that's all changed now that Genesis Diamonds has arrived. Genesis Diamonds is the premier dealer of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. People who come in are shocked to see Daytonas, Hulks, Submariners, Pepsis, Datejusts, all the hard-to-find Rolex watches ready to wear today. At Genesis, we've used our worldwide connections to find only the first luxury pre-owned Rolexes, immaculate, pristine watches, fairly priced with no strings attached, and with flexible financing options. So enough with the wait list and the retail jeweler games. Get the Rolex of your dreams today at Genesis Diamonds. And if you already have a Rolex and are interested in trading up, we also have Rolex buyers on site every day. Just another example of how we're forever changing the jewelry landscape here. Genesis Diamonds, official jeweler of the Tennessee Titans, at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
Yo, Mark, long time no see. You still down at Dyer's?
Man, I'm not down at Dyer's. I'm out at Collierville Historic Town Square.
When'd you move out there?
We've been out there for about 13 years. We've got the shops, the park, we got the train the kids like to play on.
You still cooking those burgers the old-fashioned way?
Man, we're still flattening out those hamburger balls on a slab of marble and skillet frying them the old-fashioned way like they've been doing for 100 years.
Dude, you still have those onion rings.
Man, they're fantastic. Hand-breaded, served up just right.
I loved those milkshakes. Please tell me you're still doing those.
Man, we are hand-dipping those shakes, putting them in the old glass in the shake tin, served the old-fashioned way.
You got any new items out there I need to know about?
We're just doing a lot of gourmet sandwiches. We've got farm-raised catfish straight out of the Delta. We've got some hot tamales from Pasquale's Tamales out of Helena, Arkansas.
Man, are they served in the husk?
What those guys like to say, they're so good, you'll suck the shuck.
Go see my buddy Mark at Dyer's Cafe in Collierville's historic town square.
It's the Black Friday sales event on now at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. And Gossett's got no payments for 90 days. So keep your holiday money in your pocket and get to Gossett today. 2023 Jeep Renegade $5,000 off or buy it for $25,040. 2023 Grand Wagoneer Series 111 $10,000 off. And 2023 Jeep Gladiator we Gossett at $12,000 $1,000 off MSRP. It's your time to buy during the Black Friday sales event at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett on the Pike or shop online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Renegade Triple P 57091, MSRP 30,040. Wagoneer PS 508 331, MSRP 112,285. Gladiator PL 509 834, MSRP 68,815. Financing and deferred monthly to well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital or Stellantis Financial Services. Take retail delivery by 11/30/23. Includes all rebates and incentives. 695 PF. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's told.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus. It's time to talk a little wrestling with my buddy Dustin Starr. But I got to tell you something, man. You know it's 11:30. I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Man, you know how good a Dyer's Burger would taste right now? If you haven't had a Dyer's Burger, man, where in the hell have you been? They're one of the oldest and most famous hamburgers here in this city. They started out in 1912, a location out there in Collierville. And guess what? They are out there in Collierville Town Square today. That's right. Head on out there. They are they're just flat out delicious. They're at 101 North Center Street, again, in Collierville Town Square. You know about the one downtown, but have you known that they're out in Collierville? You can get that unbelievable burger. They got their awesome dogs, their world-famous hot dogs, their Pasquale's tamales. They got fried catfish, their shakes, their malts, their floats, their banana pudding, their desserts are out of control. Head over to Dyer's and check them out there in Collierville. And don't forget, if you want a little catering action, you can have that taken care of. Go to dyerscafe.com. Check them out. They got the menu up there, catering options, and they are open 10:30 to 9 p.m. every single day. Again, 101 North Center Street out there in Collierville Town Squares. Dyer's Burgers don't play no games. What's up, my man? How you doing, Dustin?
Oh, yeah. You know, it's Boys Day. Me and Reese the Beast are hanging out because my Maria is out of town for a day or two. And we are having Boys Day. We're going to eat some lunch right now. Got to get some chicken and rice, fueling up on some protein. We've got a big weekend coming up, Johnny. How are you?
Man, I am absolutely blessed. I'm fired up about everything that's going on in the world of sports. By the way, you are a sports fan. I would say you're a football fan. You're not a hardcore junkie like I am, but you dig football. I was talking about this in the last segment. I just wanted to ask you your opinion on this. When the 12-team expansion, you know that college football has a 14 playoff, right?
Right.
Next year, they're going to go to 12. Okay? I've always said that college football has the greatest regular season in the world because every game matters.
It does. It really does.
It really
Almost
does.
Unfairly sometimes.
True. But like next week, in 10 days, we have Michigan playing Ohio State. The winner of that game is going to be in the college football playoff. The loser is out. But next year, when we expand to 12, that game doesn't matter. Like it's not like for me in 10 days, I have my first playoff game. I'm going to watch Ohio State, Michigan, winners in, losers out. The SEC championship game, winners in, losers out. These things, this is how it's going to work. But man, next year, that Ohio State Michigan game doesn't really matter. They're second and third in the country. They're both going to get in. And I look down at like 10, 11, 12, 13. You got Louisville, Oregon State, Penn State, Ole Miss. Do I really need to see these teams play in the college football playoff? What do you think about the expansion devaluating the regular season?
I think you've found the issue because we all for years and years were like, hey, we need a playoff, and then we got a playoff. Now we need more teams because it's unfair. Some teams aren't getting in.
I mean, going to 8 is one thing. Going all the way to 12, I think, is a complete another animal.
Yeah, no, totally, and it does water down some of those rivalries, like the game that you're talking about, Ohio State, Michigan. It really means everything at this point, and then next year it might not mean everything. It'll be important, but it won't be nearly as important as it is, say today or this year or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I think it kind of waters it down a little bit, but then on the other side, people have been clamoring for it. If your team is on the cusp, and they could have gotten in if it was more teams or whatever, But it's also not the NBA. Like, the NBA has such a long season. It seems like everybody gets in, But also, more games, more teams means more money.
Yep, and again,
So I think
and I
that's the
know
thing.
football, it literally pays the budget of all the other sports. And I understand the
Yeah.
more money you bring in with
Oh
football,
my
the better for
gosh.
all the other sports.
Johnny, they're paying Jimbo Fisher. Is it Jimbo? That's in, like,
$76
almost-
plus $1 million to
What?
go away.
Now, why on earth would I just have the dude coach and do a horrible job? I'm not paying somebody that much money. First of all, why would you pay a coach that much money?
Don't ask me.
I'm blown away, and then you pay him to go away like that. Is if I am, if I donate to a college, or if I'm really tight with that college, and my money is being used for that, then I'm really questioning what the heck is going on. I mean, good for him, though, right?
I mean, good for him, but like you said, it's bad for everybody else. And it just, I don't know.
Oh,
it's just
terrible.
It's crazy. Look, paying somebody $76 million to not work. I will say, if you can get that job, you are blessed. The only person that is
Right.
upset about, I will say the person who's most upset about this, because obviously A&M's got so much money, they don't even know what to do with it. But could you imagine being Jimbo's wife? This guy's working every single day. He's never there. You're out spending his coin, living your best life, and then all of a sudden he gets
Right.
fired, and now he's going to be at home every day.
Yeah, what do you get him to do? Because, my Maria would not be cool with me. Like, she's cool with me making that kind of money to do nothing, but she'd be like, all right, you got to
Get
you
out
got
of
to
my
figure
house.
out something to do.
Yeah.
Get out of the house. Go do something. Don't you have some wrestling or something to do? Like, you're here too much.
No.
I appreciate the paycheck, but get out of the house. Go do something.
Now-
So I wonder if his wife is the same way. Like, get out of here. Go do something.
Oh, she definitely is. She's a wife, man. That's it. They love us,
Well,
and then they want
good
us to
point.
bounce. Now, I got to know, Star. You, by the way, like I said, we're talking about all this college football. I just have it in my head. Been wondering since they came out with the 12-team playoff ranking. But, man, you have a busy week. You talk about you're out there, like, fueling up, getting ready. Tell some of the people what you got coming down the pipe.
Oh, man, this weekend is big. So AEW Full Gear, it's a huge pay-per-view, $60 pay-per-view that you can watch absolutely free at Dave and Buster's. So come play some video games, watch some free wrestling, and then also on Sunday we've got our next big TV taping. So we have 2 former world champions coming in from Impact Wrestling. So Josh Alexander is a bona fide beast. Man, this dude is awesome. He wears the amateur wrestling headgear because he will tie you up. He's the longest reigning Impact Wrestling champion in history, and he's coming here to Memphis. Not only is he going to compete at our television taping on Sunday, but afterwards at about 5 o'clock p.m., he's going to conduct a pro wrestling seminar. So he's going to teach our up-and-coming stars and those that are on our roster. And then also we have people that don't even work for Memphis Wrestling that come and join in and be a part of the seminar. So if you're interested in learning from Josh Alexander, go to WrestleCenter901.com and you can register for that seminar. There are limited spaces. The seminars are always very good, especially for somebody who is on worldwide television today. He just competed in the main event on Impact pay-per-view for the World Championship again. And then on the other side is Eric Young, who's a former TNA Impact Wrestling World Champion as well. He just finished a stint with WWE NXT. And there's a little bit of controversy about the way he left. I mean, I can't wait to ask him about it in person, but apparently he did not want to work for Vince McMahon when Vince got back in charge.
Whoa.
And so he left. Yeah, went back to Impact Wrestling, which is turning back into TNA Wrestling, Total Nonstop Action. But anyway, he's a guy that I've known for probably 15 years or so.
Is it really called
wrestled together
TNA?
in Nashville. Yeah, so back in the day, they were trying to be risque, and they launched Jerry Jarrett and Jeff Jarrett launched a company called TNA, Total Nonstop Action.
I thought it was
then-
something else.
Oh, yeah, really?
Like when you
Well, that
said
was a big
TNA, you
part.
should have seen my eyes. I was like, what?
Yeah, you're like, what is Dustin talking about here? Is this OnlyFans or what?
That's
Well,
the
so
truth.
that was the thing. That was the thing, is it was edgy. And then also they had not nude dancers, but they had, scantily clad dancers that were dancing in the cages at the stage and stuff like that. So it was very risque.
Dig
Then they
that.
changed the name after a couple of ownership changes. It was called Impact Wrestling. And then they decided to rebrand and turn the company back into TNA Wrestling. So that's coming in 2024. But Eric Young was a world champion there. And we worked together many years ago in Nashville. So that friendship has always been there. But it's like, hey, man, come down and work Memphis Wrestling. Like, he used to come and work Memphis Wrestling when Corey Macklin owned it. And so there's a little bit of history there, but it's always cool to have Eric Young back in town. So 2 former world champions coming in on Sunday. You can get your tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. Like I say every week, general admission's only $10. You have a discount code. Use IMPACT at checkout, and you'll save $5. You can get in the house for $5 on Sunday.
Dang, so I can get a free pay-per-view on Saturday. For like a $60 pay-per-view, I can go and watch it at Dave & Buster's for free, get a little eat, get a little drink, hang out with a bunch of wrestling people and Dustin Starr and have a lot of fun. On Sunday, I can go watch the longest standing champ from Impact Wrestling, formerly TNA, and he'll be there Sunday. And what time are y'all getting in the ring?
Our VIP starts at 12:30, so you can come meet Eric Young and Josh Alexander. One of the cool things is seeing all the memorabilia that people bring to have the guys sign. I mean, you'll see action figures and championship belts and ball cards, like stuff that you didn't even know was made. So 12:30, you come and meet the guys, 1:45 sharp. And when I say sharp, we are never late. We ring the bell at 1:45, and then we're usually done between 4:15, 4:30, and then we'll clear the chairs and the people and clean up just a little bit, and then we'll have our seminar right then and there.
Damn, you have a busy Sunday, don't you?
I know, man. So the show doesn't start, until 1:45, but I'm there 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then I probably won't be out of there until 7 p.m., 7:30. So this will be the only Grizzlies game all season that I miss because the Grizz and the Hustle play like at the same time as Memphis Wrestling. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that, D, though. There ain't nothing. By the way, I ain't going to lie to you. I know you can't say this, but missing a Grizzlies game at home especially probably don't seem like that bad of a bad thing.
Man, I always hate to miss because to me it's not just about the actual game being played on the court.
I know, it's the atmosphere.
We're more of the fans and the atmosphere, free T-shirts, playing the games. We're trying to get you to have fun.
Dancing grannies.
We're trying to get you to have fun while the team might not be having that much fun on the court,
Man, speaking of that, though, but in Sunday, don't they play the Celtics?
I think so. That's
that's going to be
Smart.
Yeah, man, little Jason Tatum action, like Marcus Smart going against his old boys and stuff. Jaylen Brown. I think that is one that I wouldn't want to miss. D.
Well, the last home game was it the Heat? I believe we were playing.
Yep, last Wednesday.
I think what'd they do? They went up by 12. I mean, they were kind of staying within 9 to 15 points, and then Jaren got ejected, which I thought that was kind of crazy. But when Jaren got ejected, you just felt an energy. Like one of two things can happen. And I always relate it back to wrestling because the crowd means everything. And that's in real sports too. It's the momentum. It's the home court advantage. So when Jaren got ejected, there was a whole different feel. And the Grizzlies ignited. And they came back and made it like a really exciting game in the fourth quarter. So either the team can just be, all the air let out of them when something like that happens, or they get fired up, and there's nothing quite like FedEx Forum just fired up and angry, like an angry kind of excitement, like, you kicked our guy out, well, now we're going to kick your butt. And then, of course, Coach Jenkins having the greatest wrestling promo in history at that press conference, so I don't know how much I'm supposed to say about that, but it's just different. Even when the team isn't winning as much as we want, there still is an excitement inside FedEx Forum.
Yeah,
and that night that Jaren got ejected was one of those nights, man. All of a sudden they couldn't miss, and I mean the hot timeouts when you were just down by 12 and Jaren getting kicked out. You're like, what in the heck is going on here with that momentum? You mentioned ejections. You're talking about wrestling. Only thing I can think about, especially in recent memory, like, did you see Draymond Green go WWE theatrics? Oh my gosh! And put Rudy Gobert in a chokehold last night. Now this was not even. I don't even think they scored a. It was 0-0. Yet. They hadn't even. Yeah, they hadn't even. Man, this joint hadn't even started. It was awesome. Hey, it was not a bad chin lock. So that's a chin lock that he had him on. It's a variation of the headlock, but it's not on the side. It's kind of on the back. You could literally choke a guy out with it. I did see that there was a little bit of air in between there, so he didn't have it as tight as he could. But any time, and this has happened in wrestling locker rooms too, when two guys get into it like that and you need to split it up, you've got to go for the jugular. You've got to put the dude in a chokehold because then he can't breathe, he can't move, and he's got to stop. He has no choice, no matter how big he is. If he can't breathe, he can't continue to fight. So Draymond pulling him off, It was a little excessive. So it was like I think I saw a tweet that said that Draymond didn't want to play that night because Steph Curry wasn't playing or something. But how wild. He's got to be suspended for that, right?
Oh, God, he's going to get anywhere, a minimum 3, 5, I don't know.
I mean, he didn't let go either. He literally drug him across the court.
We're talking about, this was like the first minute and 30 seconds of the ball game, man.
Unreal. Yeah, I don't know how.
And it all started with Clay and McDaniels. They started doing a little tussle, and next thing you know, man, it went off. It erupted. It looked like something out of Memphis wrestling, didn't it?
It really did. I think it looked like the Rendezvous 2-on-Q challenge. Did you ever see that game? Like the ribs, it's 3 ribs versus 2, just fans or whatever.
Yep.
And the defense is tackling. They just literally hold them, throw them down. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, those ribs don't like to let you get a shot off, do they?
Heck no, man. That's the whole point.
Man, that's
lockdown defense, baby.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So, all right. So we got a busy weekend again. This Saturday, you're going to be at Dave & Buster's. Sunday, all day long, all day strong at the Wrestle Center. And what you got on? What you got coming up this weekend on TV?
Man, this weekend on TV is a Memphis street fight. It's the master of Fat Jitsu, the big man, the 387-pounder, K. Toomer, going one-on-one with his former friend, the genetic nightmare, the self-made savage, former Memphis Heritage champion Mike Anthony, and that's the main event. There are no rules. Now, our new matchmaker, King Cobra, he kind of got himself in a little pickle because Mike Anthony won the #1 contendership, but he didn't do it clean. He attacked K. Toomer with a steel chair repeatedly. And let me tell you, man, K. Toomer is one of the biggest, baddest dudes that ever stepped foot in the ring in Memphis wrestling. And I'm not talking about just my Memphis wrestling. I'm talking about in the history of Memphis wrestling.
Whoa.
So King Cobra had to do something. And what he did is he made it a Memphis street fight. No rules, no disqualifications, no count-outs. They can hit each other with anything they want. And he's actually beefed up security this weekend just to make sure that the fans are safe while this is going on. But that's the main event. It's a huge match. Also, AEW superstar Brandon Cutler. He's going to be on the show. We don't know why or how, but he did send word last week that he's got something up his sleeve. So there's a lot going on. You can watch it first on Friday at 11 p.m. on Action News 5+, and then also our YouTube members only. If you join our members only on YouTube, I think it's like $3.99 a month. Very inexpensive, but you can watch it before anybody else. And then, of course, most of our coverage is going to be on Saturday. So you can check us out. If you go to memphiswrestling.tv, there's a button up there that says How to Watch. It literally has over 30 television stations across the nation that you can watch Memphis Wrestling, and over 30 streaming services, many of which are absolutely free. So there's no excuse. I see people say, hey, I can't find Memphis Wrestling. It's very easy to find. Just go to the website, find your listing, and bam, you get to watch it.
Bing, bang, boom, bam. Dustin, man, I appreciate your time. Everybody, make sure you also follow him on his personal page on Twitter. It's at Dustin Starr. That's with 2 R's. Be blessed. Enjoy the week. And you and Reese have a blessed day, my friend.
We're going to go eat some chicken and rice. We're getting all pumped up for this weekend, baby. Thank you, Johnny.
That is Dustin Starr. He is the man. Speaking of the man, dude, there's only one man that can protect you, and Dustin probably could protect you in a street fight, but when you're on the road or on the field or at your home, you need the best protection, and that's Bob Simpson over at State Farm. He can buckle you up with auto insurance. He can back your life up with health insurance. He can cover your business, whether it's starting, growing, or maturing. And don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today, 901-381-1233, or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor. And that's Bob Simpson, man. Back in 2 shakes. And don't forget, at 12 o'clock, we get knee-deep up in some NFL with Russell Copeland. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78. That's Lamar. And the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
36,000, the number of businesses which have upgraded to the #1 cloud financial system, NetSuite by Oracle. 25, NetSuite just turned 25. That's 25 years of helping businesses streamline their finances and reduce costs, because your unique business deserves a customized solution. That's NetSuite. Learn more when you download NetSuite's popular Key Performance Indicators checklist absolutely free at netsuite.com/herd, netsuite.com/herd.
Save on stuff you really need and stuff you bought for fun. Stuff you've always really wanted this holiday at Amazon. Stuff that is discounted if you're naughty or you're nice. Stuff to buy your grandma who drinks her Chardonnay with ice. Stuff to make you big and strong. Stuff we can name in this song. Stuff for lawns and decking halls. Save big on stuff at Amazon. Stuff.
A good friend of mine told me about this awesome place for lunch.
Oh, yeah? What's the name?
Neil's Grill and Bar, where the fat man rocks. Everybody knows Neil.
Where's it located?
It's located in Yorkshire Square off Quince.
And what's it like?
The best lunch place in Memphis. You know, like real mashed potatoes and gravy. Everything is made from scratch. Monday through Friday, daily lunch specials like Monday baked chicken, Italian Tuesday spaghetti, ravioli, Italian spinach, delicious fried catfish, fried chicken livers every Wednesday, Friday, Salisbury steak, barbecue chicken, or if you just want a vegetable plate, the best veggies in town.
What about the lunch price?
Meat and 2 veggies, $8.95. Meat and 3 veggies, $10.95. And veggie plate, $9.95. Big fat boy portions, man.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Come hear the best live local music at Neil's. Eddie Smith plays Sundays 5 to 9, Mondays karaoke, Tuesdays Debbie Jameson, Wednesdays Elmo and the Shades, Thursdays John Williams and the A440 Band at Neil's.
Where the fat man rocks.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes Rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Big thanks to Dustin Starr on the other side, hanging out here with a little Bryant Dacus as well. And we got a busy show because on the other side we're talking NFL football with Russell Copeland. We're going to get into the Bills pretty deep, talk about Bill Belichick. Man, we got all kinds of things to talk about today when it comes to a little football. But I got to remind you, man, everybody gets hungry. You know what I'm saying? And do you ever get like a craving for some real Italian food, like some real good Italian food? Well, if you have a craving for the best Italian food, I know where it's at. It's at East Memphis, Little Italy. Its new location, 6300 Poplar Avenue. It's hidden in the back at the corner of Poplar and Massey. You know where like, what is it, Deli Mexicana is. You got like the Chick-fil-A out front. Over right there in that area. Get past that line, go back there to Little Italy. I'm telling you right now, the best food you will have. They have appetizers, paninis, pastas, salads, soups, pizzas, desserts, so much more. And all the food is just literally cooked with love and cooked like the real deal Holyfield Italian way. You like New York pizzas? Man, East Memphis, Little Italy. And right now, if you get an 18-inch pizza or an entree, you get a free complimentary dessert. Just say, hey, I want either the free mini cannoli or I want a slice of New York cheesecake. Heard it on the radio. Bing, bang, boom, it's all yours. When you want a taste of Italy, when you want a piece of Italy that you can feel, taste, see, and enjoy, and of course eat, East Memphis, Little Italy. That's your spot, 6300 Poplar Avenue. Again, hidden in the back at the corner of Poplar and Massey. Oh, my goodness. We got so much NFL football to talk about. We got an amazing game tomorrow. You know who plays tomorrow?
Who's that?
You don't know, bro. It's the Bengals and the Ravens.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Both teams coming
game.
off a heck of a loss. The Bengals gotta have it. The Ravens need it so they can get back going on in the right path. This game is going to be filthy nasty. Baltimore, a 3.5-point favorite. Russell Copeland's breaking that down and so much more on the other side. So do me a favor, don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
In my head, but it's not me.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand-bottled, taste-tested, sent to a few friends, then taste-tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff. Just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. Based on a clinical study of subgroups of individuals who are cognitively normal or mildly impaired, Prevagen has been shown to improve memory. A Pharmacy Times national survey of pharmacists rated Prevagen the #1 pharmacist-recommended memory support brand for the 5th year in a row. You can find it in the vitamin aisle in stores everywhere without a prescription. Help your memory. Try Prevagen today. Prevagen. Healthier brain, better life. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with 2 of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Worn out tires are a safety hazard. TireRack.com reminds you to inspect your tires regularly. Grab a quarter, stick it in the tread. If you can see the top of Washington's head, it's time to replace. Go to TireRack.com/Colin, use the Tire Decision Guide to get a personalized tire recommendation. Choose from the full line of Kumho tires and tread confidently. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Year-end means huge savings at Gossett Kia on the Pike with the season of giving back. How about 41 MPG for those holiday road trips? 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $229 a month, $27.99 due at signing. Family road trip, 2024 Kia Sportage LX with class-leading cargo room and rear seat legroom, $299 a month, $34.99 due at signing. And get where you're going for less than a 2023 Kia EV6 Wind, 134 City, 101 Highway MPGE, $379 a month, $49.99 due at signing, all 36-month lease. Plus a free Charger with your EV purchase and Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month lease, $650 acquisition fee. Must finance through Hyundai. Forte LXS, PE 694,095, MSRP 21,610. Sportage R722, 7239, MSRP 28,715. EVP 560, 3393, MSRP 50,200. Includes all rebates and incentives. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/30/2023 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dagas all day long, and it's a hump day. Grizzlies got their brains beat out last night, but hey, man, don't worry about it. We got Tiger hoops, man. Tigers look awesome. I don't think I've ever been so excited for Tiger basketball. Plus, I don't know if you've been paying attention. Tiger football's going really well, and they have a huge game, 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday against SMU. Everybody needs to get your butt over there to the stadium and party all day long, support your Tigers. Now, I can't be there because I have a football game in Oxford. And again, I would be at Memphis game, but my daughter is cheerleading. Got to support your children. You know what I mean? You got to do that. But seriously, get out there and support Memphis. We're about to talk with a Memphis legend, Russell Copeland. You know he played his football at the University of Memphis, played with the Bills, also played with the Eagles and the Packers. Great NFL career, and he is so kind to give me his time and join us now to talk a little football. What's up, Cope?
Hey, what's going on, Johnny? A lot to talk about. Hey, you're past the halfway mark, getting to the third quarter. This is pretty much where teams be able to make their runs in November and December, for that playoff push. So, exciting time in the National Football League.
Man, it really is. The only thing, though, I hate to say this because I don't know if it's that exciting for your Buffalo Bills right now. I feel like Bills Mafia, they've almost turned on each other. I saw a bunch of Bills fans fighting each other in the stands. Ken Dorsey's been fired. Josh Allen's turning the ball over. Trayvon Diggs is telling his brother to get out. It's kind of crazy. I'm curious right now, like at this point, like this team was just like the best team a year ago. Going into last year, everybody had them as their Super Bowl favorite. What's gone wrong?
I think when you look at it, it's about protecting the football. It's about ball security. And when you look at the Buffalo Bills, they are -3 in that department, and that's the main reason why they are 5-5. 11 interceptions, 7 fumbles. Josh Allen has the interceptions. He has a couple of fumbles. And I think when you look at them scoring points, they're able to score points. But they are who they are. And until they can protect the football and have job security, and Josh Allen can be a leader and be able to take that upon himself not to continue to turn the football over, then the Bills probably will not make the playoffs.
No, they probably won't. And they have the most difficult schedule going forward for the rest of the season. So that's also, not playing in their favor because they aren't beating great teams. Now, the other thing I'm kind of curious about, Ken Dorsey's been there since 2019. So he's been there through the good times and the bad times. He was the quarterback coach when Brian Daboll left to take the New York jobs. He moved into the offensive coordinator role. Is it his offense that's the problem, or is it Josh Allen? And the one thing I say about his offense, I mean, they do go out there almost 80% of the time, and it's almost ridiculous because what they do is they go out there and they get in 2x2s, and they put him in shotgun, and that's what they run almost 80% of the time. I feel like Ken Dorsey's offense is helping out the defense because you know what the hell they're going to line up in pretty much all the time. But I'm wondering, is it Ken Dorsey? Is he the scapegoat, or is this more of a Sean McDermott problem?
I think overall you're going to have to always look at the head coach. Everything falls on the head coach's shoulders. But when you look at Ken Dorsey, since he has taken over from Brian Daboll, the Bills are averaging 26.3 points a game. That's second in the National Football League. So you have to go back to what I just talked about. It's about protecting the football. And I think that he is a scapegoat. And this is what I say. Coaches coach and players play. Coaches do not throw interceptions. They do not fumble the football. They don't drop passes. They don't throw incomplete passes. They don't miss blocking assignments, miss tackles. They don't draw 15-yard penalties or miss field goals. This is what coaches do. Clock management, personnel decisions, they call plays, and their decision-making to go forward, kick a field goal, so on and so forth. Are these things here the reason why the Bills are 5-5? I don't think so. The reason why the Bills are 5-5 is everything that I mentioned before. It is the players. You look at the interception this past game, drop pass interception. Josh Allen threw the football on the sideline. Why did he throw that pass instead of throwing it away? You look at the quarterback center exchange. He fumbles it. Cook has a fumble earlier Those are players, and that's how the Buffalo Bills have played this entire year. So, yes, he is a scapegoat.
And I feel you on that one. And then I also kind of think about the way that we protect Josh Allen and talk about his potential constantly. And Booger McFarland tweeted this out, and he asked this question. He says, why are we accepting the most turnover-prone quarterback in the NFL, Josh Allen, just because of his potential to be great, which we haven't seen his greatness nearly enough? Juxtapose that to Dak Prescott, who had a one-year high of turnovers last year, and we were ready to throw him out with the bathwater. Compare that.
Yeah, Johnny, and this is what I'm going to say. Josh Allen has an elite skill set, but he's not playing at an elite level with that skill set. And I'm so glad that you talked about Dak Prescott last year and you look at Josh Allen, because on our segment, we talked about that. And I said, everyone is killing Dak Prescott. Is it because of the Dallas Cowboys? He's the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, and how he played against the San Francisco 49ers. But when you look at Josh Allen, he played worse or just as bad against the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think early on in his career, I think Josh Allen, I think you look at it and say he's young. He has all these, these things that, man, he's big, 6'5", 6'6", he can run. He has a rocket of an arm. And you kind of laughed it off. Why? Because they were winning. Now he's doing the same thing, and he has not progressed. He's right where he is now. And now his turnovers and him being the quarterback of that football team, they're not winning those games. They're losing those games, and that's the issue. And I think that's when it comes to the head coach. You have to sit him down and say, this is what you have to do. You're going to have to protect the football. You're going to have to make better decisions. And I think that's why Ken Dorsey was fired, because at the end of the day, Johnny, your players can make you look like a guru offensively or defensively as a coach, or they can get you fired. And right now the players got Ken Dorsey fired.
Man, I'm right there with you. All we need to do is look over at Coach Hoodie up there in New England. I mean, when he had the players playing well, he's the greatest coach in sliced bread. He's the GOAT. Lately, everybody's ready to run him out of town. Do need to get into a little brother-on-brother situation right now, because I'm curious. You played in the NFL. If you had a brother on another NFL team, what would you think? Like, how do you read into this? I have no clue how to read into this. Stephon Diggs was tweeting on Sunday, on Monday. He's been tweeting still. He's going out there and he's telling his brother on social media, saying that his brother needs to get out of Buffalo and get out of here now. What do you read into this? Is this more about Trayvon just being a brother, jumping on social media, or is there actually something there? Like, does Stephon need to get out of Buffalo?
Well, I don't think you can look at Stephon Diggs because he didn't make a tweet. But I think when you look at players today, they exercise their First Amendment. That's the freedom of speech. Mm-hmm. Compared to distant, when you look at players in the past, players pretty much were forbidden to express themselves or go into the media or speak truthfully. I think as a brother and as a really good player in the National Football League, he's speaking from a player standpoint and also for a family standpoint. And you look at it from a career standpoint, he feels like that his brother could be more utilized somewhere else, and you know what he's leaning towards.
Yeah,
hey,
Dallas.
Man, come on over here to Dallas. And I think that's what you have to look at it. But again, I would say today's players with social media and how things have went, players speak up. They speak their mind, and they tell it how it is, whether you like it or not. And that's the difference between players in the past being forbidden, or you didn't see a lot of players do it, compared to now.
Man, I like it, man. I'll tell you one thing. I mean, you get to know these people with a quickness. Now, off the Buffalo Bills, I just spent the whole first segment talking about your team. But, man, I got to know because I'm fired up about Thursday Night Football. We've had some bad Thursday Night Football games. This weekend is a huge exception. I mean, this is the Bengals, this is the Ravens, both teams coming off a loss. I just got to know who you like going into tomorrow.
Well, I think when you look at the Bengals, they're pretty much in the same boat as the Buffalo Bills. They're 5-4. And you look at that NFC North, maybe the best division or the toughest division in football. And I'm going to lean toward the Ravens simply because offensively and defensively, they're in the top 5. It is a division game. But this is a must-win here for the Bengals. They'll play hard. They'll go at it. I just think that'll be the difference maker. But when you look at their division, yes, the Ravens are 7-3, but they're only 2-2 in divisions. The Steelers 6-3, they're 2-0 in division. The Browns are 2-2. The Bengals 5-4 are 0-2 in the division. This is a must-win for them. You know, I don't know if they have all of their weapons offensively, but I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens because they have more balance and they're better overall offensively and defensively.
Yeah, in all three of those games, like somehow the Ravens just fell apart in the fourth quarter and forgot their identity. They're very weird losses in their three losses because, I mean, they were so in control of Cleveland. But mentioning Cleveland, by the way, this is like that AFC North is a beast. The Browns defense has been out of control awesome. That whole division's been defensively awesome. But, man, Browns were doing some special things, and then you find out this morning Deshaun Watson's out for the season with a shoulder fracture. They beat the Ravens last week. The only thing is as excited as people were for this Browns team, did their season just die this morning with Deshaun Watson news?
I don't want to say yes, but when you look at their division, they're going to simply have to win on defense. And what's really unfortunate for Deshaun Watson, when you look at the stigma that's surrounding Deshaun Watson, you think about his legal troubles, and you think about a $250 million contract that's guaranteed, and now he's not able to lead his football team. And I think when you look at P.J. Walker and Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the backup rookie from UCLA picked in the 5th round, will they be able to do it if the defense has an off game? Will they be able to throw the football? Will they be able to lead their football team and not just rely on running the football? It's going to be tough for them. I'm not going to say it just died, but it's really tough because Deshaun Watson was really kind of looking like the part. Seemed like he was getting his legs up on him. He was throwing the football well. It's very unfortunate for him, but we're going to be looking at him for the $250 million contract and his legal issues more than we're looking at him leading his football team into the playoffs.
AFC North is the deepest division in football, I believe, and I've been talking a whole lot about it, but I got to know how how is Mike Tomlin winning these games with this Steelers team? They've been outgamed every single game. They have all 9 games they played, they've been outgained offensively. Yet in the fourth quarter, Kenny Pickett is nails. That defense comes up with big plays. TJ Watt's doing his business. I mean, how does Mike Tomlin do this?
First of all, he's a hell of a coach. And I think when you look at his 16 years as the head coach, we forget that he was the youngest head coach to coach in a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl, 2 trips to the Super Bowl, 7 AFC North titles, and 10 playoff appearances. But how they're doing it this year is because of their hellacious defense. They've created 18 takeaways. They're plus 10 in a turnover ratio margin, and they've only given the football away 8 times, 6 interceptions, and 2 fumbles. That's why their defense, they run around, they create turnovers, they give the football back to Pickett on the short side of the football field. That's how they're winning with their defense.
Oh, man, that defense is filthy. But Mike Tomlin, man, they should just call the Coach of the Year award the Mike Tomlin Award. Yes, Super Bowls, been to Super Bowls, youngest to win it. But, man, he never had a losing record. And to win with this roster, honestly, with this offensive line, I think this is one of the most impressive coaching jobs he's done.
Last year as well.
And last year as well. He's just the man. Again, name the Coach of the Year award, the Mike Tomlin Award, and we're going to be good. Got to talk some quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft, he looks like that dude. Damn. I don't remember a rookie quarterback coming in there and playing with the composure, reading the defense the way he is, handling press conferences, being there is not one thing that I can't say about C.J. Stroud. I cannot say one negative thing about him. I love this dude. On the other hand, Bryce Young, I took a little bit of a beating from a lot of people. I always said to myself, how can, people kept saying he's going to go number 1. I'm sorry, I'm never going to take somebody who's 5'10 and 180 pounds as the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Doug Flutie was great in college. He had to go to Canada to get his shot in the NFL. Kyler Murray might be little, but Bryce Young ain't athletic and run around and as fast as Kyler Murray. You got to have something special about you to be that small to play in the NFL. First off, just how good is C.J. Stroud before we even get into Bryce Young?
I think C.J. Stroud, he fits the part. I think he is the quarterback that everyone thought that he could be, being the number 1 overall pick or the number 2 pick, which he was. I mean, he's very intelligent. He protects the football. He knows how to read defense. He's poised in the pocket, and he takes what the defense gives him. But I do think what's helping him is that he does have a really good surrounding cast. When you look at his offensive line, you got Jeremy Tunsil at the left tackle. You got Shaq Mason You've got really good wide receivers. You picked Tank Dell in the 3rd round, which I think really was a steal.
Steal and a half.
University of Houston. Yes, you got Devin Singletary running the football, Damian Pierce. You got Noah Brown, who got out of the shadows, at the Cowboys. Now he's able to play a lot, make big plays. So he has a really better surrounding cast to go along with those intangibles that everyone thought he had coming out of Ohio State.
Now, over to Carolina, again, you might totally disagree. Bryce Young, who knows, he might make it again. I think availability is the most important thing, but I've watched very, very intently a few of his games. My man doesn't have throwing lanes. He can't see over his offensive line. He is so small. When I see him out there, it looks like a JV kid playing against the varsity. He is just tiny, tiny. Yes, can he process information? Absolutely. Does he throw a good ball? He does. Is he a good football player? Yes. Is he an NFL starting quarterback and number 1 overall pick? I don't think so. What do you think about Bryce Young so far?
Well, just to be honest, everything that you said, Johnny, you hit the nail on the head. I think Bryce Young had all the intangibles. He had all the intangibles to be a top pick. I think the difference is what I talked about. We talked about it last year before the draft, is that size does matter. And when you look at his size, it's not just his height, but it's how he's built. He has a really thin frame, and that's different from Kyler Murray. That's different from Russell Wilson, those type of quarterbacks. And I think when you look at his surrounding cast, can you name a wide receiver that they have? Can you name a speed receiver that they have? Can you name any explosive player that they have offensively? You look at their offensive line is in shambles. They don't block for him. So you put those tangibles together with his size and with his height, then it's a losing situation. And I can't tell you what led to him being picked. I don't know what the owner, David Tepper, what was the moment or what was the deciding factor to pick him. I don't know if you looked at Frank Wright and Josh McCown.
Well, Frank Wright basically has already come out and said that Bryce Young would not have been his choice. He didn't say it in those words, but he just said, he said, that was the owner's pick. He went with the guy, I like somebody, I like a big quarterback.
Yeah. So, like I said, I can't tell you what was the moment. What was the deciding factor that the owner decided? But it looks at now that it's not a good decision. But these two players will always be linked as the number 1, number 2 overall. But still, they have a long career. It's about them progressing. It's about them sustaining. It's about them elevating to a level where they can be 9 and 10 year pros. I don't think that you can shut the door on Bryce Young. He's having a difficult decision, but it's going to be up to Carolina and this owner to be to put some really good pieces around him.
Yeah, man, get that offensive line fixed so the kid doesn't get killed, I'll tell you that much. Now, 49ers, bro. What they did to the Jaguars this week, and I feel like an idiot. I actually picked the Jags because I'm like, 3 losses going into a bye. Boy, I feel just as dumb as a box. 49ers at full strength. Which statement is more true? 49ers at full strength can't be beat, and the Jags are just that team that only beats poor competition but can't play against the creme de la creme.
Well, I think when you look at the Jaguars, I do think they are a solid football team. They did beat the Steelers. We've been talking about how the Steelers have been winning games, and they beat the Bills pretty much midway through the season, earlier in the season. And the Bills were the team that we thought that they were going to be, not the team that we see that they are now. But I think the Jaguars are still a young team. They're explosive, and they'll still win games, and they'll be in the mix when it comes to playoff time. But we talked about the 49ers last week, and that's the week before, and I said once they go on their bye week and they're able to get their left tackle back, which is Trent Williams, they're able to get Deebo Samuels back, they'll be able to get back to their personnel matchups that they need to be able to run the football effectively and be able to catch defenses off guard. And that's what they were able to do. And you look at Brock Purdy, I thought he would settle down and he'll work this Kyle Shanahan's offense. And now they're back full speed because they have all their pieces in place.
Man, how is Josh Dobbs doing what he's doing with the Vikings? How did he do it with the Cardinals? He went out there, and then 2 weeks later, he's starting in the NFL for the Cardinals. Then he goes to the Vikings on a Tuesday, and he's starting on Sunday. He's playing on Sunday. He's thrust into the game, and he's winning these football games. How does he even know what the hell to do? This just to me seems like crazy amazing.
Well, I think it's unprecedented, first of all, and I think we forget that he was with Cleveland in the preseason, then traded to Arizona, then traded to the Vikings. But I think when you look at his adverse situations that he's had his entire life on and off the field, I think it's a commitment to his dedication, to his hard work, to his dedication. And I think that's second to none, and he'll always be able to succeed. But I think him as a player, he's been in a lot of different offenses, so he knows offenses. But unfortunately for him, he's always been playing in the shadows of a franchise type of quarterback. Now he's been able to have his shot, have his chance, and he's making the best of it. I just hope that he can be able to go to a team in the offseason and be named the starter, pretty much like when you look at Teddy Bridgewater, but he was able to revitalize his career, but he was able to get a starting job a couple of times. Hopefully Dobbs can be able to do that after this season. And will it be with the Vikings? Who knows what's going on with Kirk Cousins, but he's playing well, and I have to tip my cap to him because he's really went through a lot in his personal and his football career.
Yeah, he has. It's just such a great story. I remember when he was playing with the Vols and stuff. If you told me he'd been in the NFL this long and doing what he's doing, I would have told you you were absolutely crazy. So awesome to watch. Now, something that's awesome is next Monday night. Thursday night's great. I can't wait to see the Ravens and the Bengals. Monday, we get the Eagles and the Chiefs. Who you got, Russell?
Hey, I'm going to go with the Chiefs, and I'm going to keep it simple. I think when you look at personnel matchups on both sides of football, from quarterbacks to the coaches to the defenses on both sides, outstanding. I think the difference, honestly, is going to be the Chiefs playing at home. They never really lose at home. You look at Patrick Mahomes as far as the playoffs. He's never had a playoff road game. I think it comes down to them playing at home. That little home advantage is hard to win in Arrowhead Stadium. I think that'll be the difference. Everything else, it's almost tick for tack, straight across the board. But give me the Chiefs at home.
Man. I'm telling you, this Chiefs team, their defense has been what's salty. If they can figure out their wide receiving situation with Pat Mahomes back there, this Chiefs team could be filthy. I mean, Spags deserves a lot of credit with what he's done. Which conference do you think is better right now, top to bottom? At the beginning of the year, everybody said it was the AFC. Seems like the creme de la creme at the top is over at the NFC. Which one do you like better?
Man, when you look at both of these divisions, the parity is really off the chart. Just look at this past weekend. Game-winning field goals. So I think both divisions.
Hold up. Can you check Mr. Copeland real quick? We kind of lost him for a second. So my man Dacus is going to check on Cope, and God forbid we lose Copeland because, man, I'm just sitting there waiting like, man, who we got? Who we got? AFC or NFC? Cope, you back?
I'm back. I think it's even. I think when you look at the parity this year in the NFL, just this past weekend, you look at 6 game-winning field goals. That's the first time that we've had that in one single day. When you look at the AFC, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Steelers, the Browns, the Jags, and then when you go to the NFC, the Eagles, the Lions, the Niners. I mean, I think it's even. Seriously, right now at this point in time, with the parity, I think it's even. I can't pick one division over the other one at this point in time. I mean, I think all top 4 or 5 teams in both divisions, you can have an argument for either team, either conference.
I'm right there with you, man. You look over the Eagles and the Cowboys and the 49ers over there in the NFC, and of course, then you got the Ravens with what they're doing, the Chiefs. I mean, it is going to be
Dolphins, the Steelers,
Dolphins, yeah,
Browns and Jags, and the Seahawks and Vikings. They're right there as well.
Man, it's good, man. NFL football, it's a blast. I appreciate your time so much, Cope. I know I got a few more things I'd love to get to, but my time has come and it's gone. I hope you're blessed. Enjoy this week, and is Memphis going to get a big win this week against SMU?
Hey, it's going to be tough, man, but I'm going to ride with the Tigers playing at home. Be a tough game, but I think the Tigers finally put it together on all 3 phases. Give me a close one and give me the Tigers.
Man, that is Russell Copeland. He played in Memphis. He played for the Bills. He is the man. Make sure you listen to him with me every single Wednesday at 12 o'clock. We have got to take a quick time out. You're going to learn what common enemy is on the other side. You're like, common enemy. We all got a common enemy. But do you know about Common Enemy, the shoe brand? I think it's going to change the game. We're going to talk with my buddy on the other side. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Case IH is a proud supporter of the Mississippi Farm Bureau, and thanks to a membership benefits partnership, Mississippi Farm Bureau members receive a discount of up to $500 on every qualifying Case IH tractor and piece of equipment you purchase. This discount may be used with other promotions, rebates, or offers. So join Mid-South Ag Equipment and the Mississippi Farm Bureau and pocket up to $500 in savings. Call Mid-South Ag at 662-890-3141 to get your discount today.
Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, the official hotel of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working towards your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day, from comfortable guest rooms to a complimentary hot breakfast. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay. Fairfield by Marriott, part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels, an official hotel of the NCAA.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet-Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How's the Christmas shopping going? Yeah, that's what I thought. But Frontier Western Store will make it a lot easier. Everyone loves something from Frontier. They have thousands of coats, shirts, and boots. Outfit the entire family today. Looking for a Carhartt beanie? Frontier has every color they make. You'll find a whole wagon full of beanies. You'll also run into the largest selection anywhere of in-stock Carhartt and Ariat jackets and coats. They have endless aisles, an astounding collection at amazing prices. Don't forget the boots, work boots, and dress boots from Rocky, Dan Post, and especially Ariat. Frontier is the place to shop for name brand boots at the lowest prices every day. Way lower than chain stores and online. Thousands of boots in all sizes for men, women, and children. Not sure what to get? Frontier gift cards are always the right size, color, and price. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, or shop online 24/7 at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Memphis music legends, the Bar-Kays, will be at this year's AutoZone Liberty Bowl, and you'll want to be there too. The Bar-Kays will be performing the music that made Memphis at the President's Gala on December 28th at the Peabody, and at halftime of the 65th AutoZone Liberty Bowl game on December 29th.
Everybody say, so big up, you ready, so.
Get your tickets today by calling the AutoZone Liberty Bowl at 795-7700. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a beautiful Wednesday in the Mid-South. My man, we've had a great show so far, and it's just about to get even a little bit better because, man, I know y'all have been listening to me complain a little bit about how I hurt my foot. You know, I hurt it pretty bad, thought it was broken, went and had it x-rayed, sprained some ligaments, tendons, sprained my foot. It was, and when you sprain your foot, I don't know if you know, it screws up everything. Well, I was lucky, very lucky. A friend of mine sent me some Common Enemy shoes. They showed up at the perfect time, and I've been wearing them ever since. I wouldn't have hurt my foot if I was wearing these in the first place, but I'm telling you right now, these shoes are just a little different. They're going to change the game. I'm bringing in my good friend, Ryan Gordon. Ryan, what's up, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am blessed. Now, Ryan has been in the fashion and shoe industry. You've been in the game for over 20 years. You used to be the sales director at Puma. You know all about the shoe game. You know all about the fashion, but you don't care just about fashion. You want to improve public health. You want to reduce the Medicare age. You want to implement a livable wage. You want to change the game, as you say it. Well, I feel like you changed the game when it comes to footwear because if you were here, you heard just a minute ago, just 2 weeks ago, I'm playing kickball. You know, you're just wearing your little flimsy tennis shoes, and you're running around the bag, and I put my foot on the inside part of the bag, running as fast as I could, and it felt like my foot exploded. I thought I broke it for sure. Go to the doctor. They say I sprained a bunch of ligaments. I sprained some tendons. It hurts really bad. If I was wearing these shoes, it would not hurt because they are durable. They are built to last. First and foremost, tell the people about the shoes that I got on my feet and how awesome they are.
I couldn't thank you enough for that introduction. My gosh. Well, you're wearing a pair of the Ones. It's our very first model. And, I mean, I think you nailed it. First and foremost, it's always got to be about fit and traction and comfort. And, I mean, that's what we were laser focused on from, like, the first minute we decided to develop this brand.
And I'll tell you again, it's a different looking type of basketball shoe. By the way, it's got exceptional traction. It has comfort. It squeezes your feet, so you're comfortable and you're snug. They're easy to slide onto, which is also a trip. How easy it is to put them on your feet. They protect your ankles, and they're built to last. Like these bad boys are not going anywhere. You're not going to bust out of these shoes like LaMelo Ball.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, listen, we wanted to keep it simple. Like we felt there's a lot of over engineering, a lot of over design happening, particularly in performance basketball. And I mean, it doesn't have to be rocket science. So we just wanted to keep it simple, keep the design simple, have it as easy as possible to get on and off your foot, and just focus on those three things I mentioned.
And those are those are the most important things. And I'm telling you, man, I think people a lot of times they forget. They just go and look at a shoe and they say, "Oh, that looks good. Oh, let me get that. Oh, or this is the Ja Ones after one particular basketball player that you support here in the Mid-South. I want those." Man, if you want something that's been engineered to give you just stability, comfort, and traction, I think the Common Enemy is the best shoe I've ever put on my foot. And again, for the fact that I hurt my foot so bad that I have these, like, it was a godsend. It's literally changed the game, man.
Thank you. Ken. Man, that's high praise coming from you, Johnny. Thank you so much.
Now I got to know something. How did you decide to leave Puma to get out and go out there and basically go out there on your own and change the game, as you like to say? Because you love basketball, you care about people, you know tons about fashion and shoes. How did this all come together?
I had an opportunity to see the fashion world from several different angles. I played in the luxury game. I was in the outdoor world with a brand called Keen that many of your listeners might be aware of. And I always had a love for basketball. I got a chance to see some of the business side of that firsthand at Puma. And simply put, I just wanted a basketball shoe brand that I could feel good about. I mean, I woke up one day in between jobs and with a good bit of experience and expertise and a great network at my fingertips. I mean, one of the secrets of the industry is there's a lot of these kind of free roving mercenaries and different aspects of this business and how to get the job done, how to produce a high performance basketball shoe brand. And I had them in my Rolodex, and I got a small group together, and we all felt like we wanted to create this brand that reflected our desire for something different. Not just working in the system to help people every day, but try to work on the system. You mentioned at the outset, work on some things that are systemic,
And that's why I guess 5% of every purchase goes to support legislation to help improve public health, Medicare, livable wage, all those things. You got a bunch of guys who are opening up a business, and you still had a bunch of guys with the same common interest that they want to give back to the public. That's strong right there.
We got lucky, man. I mean, I think the reality is there's a lot of people out there, especially come out from the pandemic, that realize, there's simple things that can happen at a national level, at a federal level, to improve public health for families, for individuals. And it was a no-brainer for us. We said, we think, honestly, and it was specific to basketball because basketball represents an exceptionally diverse, interest-based. It's a younger sport to some degree with those who play it, not necessarily those who appreciate it. And I should clarify, the Y run that I run in, I play with guys from 18 to 80, but everyone can find common ground on some of these issues. And but I'm grateful I found the crew that I did.
Now, have you gotten any of these shoes again? These are the Common Enemy number ones that I got on. How long have they been out, by the way?
Absolutely. We launched earlier this summer, man, so this is fresh. This is just a couple months in the making. I mean, it took 3 years of product development. We wanted to get this thing as right as possible, even though this is version, whatever you want to call it, 1.0001. We knew it had to be perfect out of the gate because you only get one chance sometimes to get these shoes on people's feet.
Now, have you gotten any of these shoes on any professional athletes' feet, and have you gotten any feedback?
Yeah, thank goodness. We're blessed. We actually had our international debut this summer at the FIBA World Cup. We had several players there representing countries as diverse as Cape Verde and Angola. And we actually had our U.S. debut at the Drew League in L.A. for their 50-year anniversary this summer, and that was huge too. We've got a friend of the brand, FOTB, as we call it in the industry. Actually, I don't know if anyone calls it that. Maybe I just do. But shout out to Terrell Carter, my man. Yeah, Terrell Carter, former Fresno State center, reigning MVP for the top club in Portugal right now. And as anyone that's played formerly or currently in Europe will tell you, like, these leagues, man, they are no slouch, right? The difference between them on a good day and most of the folks playing the NBA on a good day is not much. It's just right place, right time sometimes,
That is the truth. And again, I'm telling you right now, though, once a couple athletes start getting these, and you got Terrell Carter, face of the Drew League, he's got them. You did your international debut. I think these things are going to catch on like wildfire. If you want to check them out right now while you're listening to me, if you're watching me, I'll show them to you on like the sportsmemphis.com or the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitch, because I got them on my feet right now. But also you can go to the Instagram. You go to Instagram.com/Common Enemy Basketball. You can go to their website, by the way, which is like you go to commonenemy.com. That's commonenemy.com. You can check out everything. They have a picture. They tell about their brand. They tell about, legislation, what they're doing. It's very, very simple. And you can also order. And I heard for our listeners only, you're going to give them an opportunity to get 40% off the Common Enemy one.
Absolutely.
So how do they do this? Do they just use my promo code Johnny40 when they check out?
You got it, man. It's that simple. You'll see the box when you get to checkout.
JOHNNY 40. Go to commonenemy.com, order you a pair, get 40% off, and still 5% of every single purchase is going to go help support change. Again, the main thing here is change the game. And also, if you've ever had foot problems, I never ever had them until just a couple weeks ago. People would say, "Oh, my feet hurt." I'd be like, "Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird." Man, once your foot starts bothering you, it's like everything starts bothering you. Get some shoes that work. Get some that have comfort, subtraction, and actually get some shoes that will last. You will not bust out of these. These are not the big baller brand that are made cheaply. These are engineered.
That's right, man.
Man, we tearing it up today, by the way, Ryan. I can't say enough how much I appreciate the fact that you sent me these shoes. I hope everybody out there, I hope everybody goes out there, goes to commonenemy.com and starts to order them. The one other thing I did want to ask you, right now I know I can get them offline. You ship them directly to the house. Is this something that we're going to start trying to push into some stores in the future?
That's a great question. Yeah, we definitely have plans to get those in retailers. We're huge supporters and proponents of small independent businesses, right? And we would definitely be fighting hard to get presence in the Memphis market coming soon to a store near you. And I should mention, too, I am actually a Tennessee boy, born and raised.
Are you really?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, man. 10 years in Knoxville, 8 years in Swanee, Tennessee.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I bet you had a lot of fun when you were in Knoxville, didn't you?
It was some good years. Absolutely.
I can-
Yeah, a little T. Martin rain.
Oh my gosh, 99 was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
Again, these shoes, they got proprietary rubber outsoles. They provide exceptional grip when you're on the court. They are plush. They are tight. They feel good. They're engineered mesh, which gives you stability. It gives you comfortable 360 flexible collar, twin pull tabs for easy on and off, impact protective TPU toe cap. These shoes are a game changer. My man, you are a game changer. Keep it up. Keep us posted what's going on. And anytime you need to send a pair of shoes off, you got my address, Ryan.
I do. I got it. Yeah, I'm going to have it memorized pretty soon, I think.
Hey, man, be blessed. Continue to change the game, and we'll do it again soon, my friend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Johnny.
That is Ryan Gordon, Common Enemy. Listen to me, Public Enemy. I like me a little Public Enemy. Common Enemy is the name of the shoe. That's also the name of the website. Go to Common Enemy. Get these shoes. They will last forever. They are amazing. They are just different. They feel good on my feet. You'll absolutely love them. I can promise you that. And you can get 40% off by using Johnny40, JOHNNY 40. Bing, bang, boom, 40% off this pair of shoes. 5% also goes to help change the game. Now, we got to take a quick time out because I do have one little Hardwood story that I want to get to. And then you know what we do in the last segment every day, don't you?
We gamble.
We gamble. And also needed to tell you one other thing. Tito's. If life hands you lemons, you don't stress, you don't freak out, you don't fret. It's how you deal with them valleys to get back on top of that peak. So go ahead and just make you a lemon drop. Make sure it's with the best Tito's handmade vodka, crafted and distilled in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. 6 times distilled and distilled in classic copper pots. That's why it has such a unique flavor, slightly sweet with that black pepper note. It balances everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking it neat. Make sure you get your Tito's on today. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Genesis Diamonds came to Memphis to change the way people here buy diamonds. Response has been incredible, as our radical approach and no middleman markups have shown how other jewelers mark up their natural diamonds. And now we're showing you behind the curtain on lab-grown diamonds as well. For example, one major retailer is selling a pair of 5-carat round lab-grown diamond stud earrings for $18,000. Our price is just $8,900. That's less than half their price. Or their 3-carat lab-grown diamond earrings priced at $8,000. Genesis price $4,900. A savings of more than $3,000 with better quality diamonds. If they're charging this much on lab-grown diamonds, kind of makes you wonder what else they're selling at the same outrageous markup. But now you have a choice. At Genesis Diamonds, we guarantee to beat anyone else's price, and our other non-commissioned trusted advisors are here to give you all the information with details you can trust and the strongest warranties in America. Genesis Diamonds at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
Let's end this year with a bang with Gossett Mitsubishi's Mitsubishi Motors year-end sales event. You want huge savings? We Gossett. The awards keep coming for the world's first and best-selling plug-in hybrid SUV, 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, 420 total range and PGE. We Gossett at $299.96 a month. Plus, 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, buy for $26,850 or $379 a month. Plus, IIHS top safety pick in seat 7, 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander, $32,185 or $399 a month. All equipped with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. You want it, we Gossett. Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike or 24/7 at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
PHEV PZ062,303 MSRP 44,355, 84 months, 500 military and conquest or loyalty rebate. Outlander RZ 006545 MSRP 33,185. Sport RU 001,004 MSRP 27,850. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Yo, Mark, long time no see. You still down at Dyer's?
Man, I'm not down at Dyer's. I'm out at Collierville Historic Town Square.
When'd you move out there?
We've been out there for about 13 years. We've got the shops, the park, we got the train the kids like to play on.
You still cooking those burgers the old-fashioned way?
Man, we're still flattening out those hamburger balls on a slab of marble and skillet frying them the old-fashioned way like they've been doing for 100 years.
Dude, you still have those onion rings.
Man, they're fantastic. Hand-breaded, served up just right.
I loved those milkshakes. Please tell me you're still doing those.
Man, we are hand-dipping those shakes, putting them in the old glass in the shake tin, served the old-fashioned way.
You got any new items out there I need to know about?
We're just doing a lot of gourmet sandwiches. We've got farm-raised catfish straight out of the Delta. We've got some hot tamales from Pasquale's Tamales out of Helena, Arkansas.
Man, are they served in the husk?
What those guys like to say, they're so good, you'll suck the shuck.
Go see my buddy Mark at Dyer's Cafe in Collierville's historic town square.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
We all appreciate luxury. We love the newest technology. We want something that sparkles and looks great. Well, I've got it all in one place. It's called Genesis of Olive Branch, right at the corner of Highway 78, that's Lamar, and the first exit in Mississippi, that's Craft Road. Turn left and you will see Genesis of Olive Branch. And right now, you can get the 2024 Genesis GV70 starting at $49,480 with special financing as low as 3.49% on select models. How about the 2024 Genesis GV80? A little bit bigger, starting at $55,995, financing as low as 5.49% with a $2,000 rebate when trading a luxury brand. Call them. They'll even bring you a Genesis at your work or your home for a test drive. They're convinced that when you drive a Genesis, you're going to want one. Call 662-890-6684. Ask for Vinny. Genesis of Olive Branch.
I just one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with my good buddy Brian Dacus. Man. We got a lot of stuff that we covered today. I mean, we got Bill Belichick and the Patriots seem like they're going to part ways at the end of the year. You got Deshaun Watson, if you haven't heard. That's right, the Browns quarterback is done for the season. He's got a broken bone in his shoulder that needs immediate surgery to help not prevent any further injuries. So a bunch of wild stuff going on. And the Grizzlies, we know they lost last night. They're just not very good. It is what it is. But we know this Tiger basketball team is absolutely no joke. We also know when John Harden tells you to bet on something, you might want to bet on it. What did I say? Bowling Green plus the 10. Easy money. Easy money. When it was 28-10 at halftime, you knew Bowling Green was easy money. They lost the game 32-31, only by 1 point. You got the check. They should have won that, Junt, but they didn't. Easy cover. Thank you. And I didn't want to say it yesterday, but I hope everybody bet on the Lakers. I mean, that was giving away money. Lakers only a 4.5 point favorite, 5 point favorite, whatever it was. Please. Now, we have more action tonight. We have Central Michigan and Ohio. I don't know what Ohio team's going to show up, which Curtis Rourke is going to show up. I feel like Ohio should beat them. I really do, but that's the game I'm not going to bet on. I don't feel like touching that bad boy. It seems a little bit scary for me. The one that I'm touching is the cover machines. Did you know the Red Hawks, Miami of Ohio? Did you know the Red Hawks are covering machines? I'm talking about they've covered their last 2 games, okay? And 8 out of their 9 games this year, they have cashed for the winner. So Miami is a bunch of covered machines. They're a 7-point favorite. 7-point favorite. This line, I swear, I thought it opened up at 9. I don't know why it's going Buffalo's direction. Miami has everything to play for. They win, they're in the MAC championship game. They are the home team. Buffalo is terrible. They are terrible. And by the way, I mean, this Buffalo team is, if you've watched their offense this year, it is very inept. I feel like Miami wins this game by 14 points or more. I think it's easy cover. Take the Miami of Ohio team at home tonight. It's a 6 o'clock game on ESPN2. You're going to be absolutely grateful that you did. Man, by the way, Degas talked about a lot of college hoops last night because there was a great college hoop slate. Is there any college basketball games of note today?
I mean, if you're an idiot like I am and like watching bad basketball, or not, I shouldn't say bad basketball. That was a terrible word for me to use. Lower level of basketball, like mid-major, low-major, D1 basketball. A lot of good stuff tonight, but if you want ranked teams, you're not getting
only ranked team playing tonight's Texas, and they're playing Rice, and they're 20-some-odd point favorites. 20 point. That's it. Just 20.
That's right. Last time I checked, it was 20.
Man, I think it'd be a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I hope everybody gets ready to make some money on Miami of Ohio Redhawks. Don't worry about college basketball, and the Grizzlies don't play, so who cares about the NBA, right?
Right.
That's right. Make sure you get your Tito's on today. And for Bryant Dacus, I'm John Harden. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Get out there. Make this world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.